So you're thinking about launching and creating a photography website, but you have no idea what to do and where to start. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple 5-step guide to creating and launching a great photography website. What's going on, fam? Welcome to another video. So before I get into the meat of the content, I just have to briefly touch on why having a website is so important. I think if you are a hobbyist, even if you've been doing this for a while and you don't have a website up, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you've been doing this for a while. I think it's a must have to have a professional looking website. I think that's the right way to set up your business. You want to start taking this more serious and you want people to take you serious. And I think having a website kind of shows that, you take what you do very seriously. So having a website is not only going to make you look more professional, but it's also going to help you stand out as a photographer. If you've been doing photography for a while, it's a very saturated industry. So you have to do whatever you can to stand out. And I think having a nice professional website can help you stand out to clients. And lastly, from our experience, having a website has actually helped us book more clients. And it also has helped us be able to raise our prices and book higher paying gigs. So if you're trying to raise your prices, a website comes into play, I feel like, when it comes to that. All right, so I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get into the 5 steps to building a photography website. And coming in at step number 1 is choosing a domain name. This is going to be the name of your website. And this is something that a lot of people, even us, we got hung up on this. Like, we took forever to figure out the name of our site. And I see photographers asking about this in groups and stuff. So you don't want to get stuck on this, but this is very important. I feel like if you name your business the wrong thing, and then you go out and you brand your business like this, you get business cards, setting up the website, just all this branding, and then you realize, like, I named my website the wrong thing. Then you're going to have to start from scratch. So this is very important, and getting this right from the start is crucial. So I wanted to give you all a couple of tips when it comes to choosing your domain name. You want to keep this easy, something that's easy to remember. And I also feel like you don't want to make it too long, right? So you have to think about you telling people about your website. And if it's something that's super long, it's going to be hard for them to remember that website, and they're not going to want to type all that in. So I recommend, kind of, if you can, keeping it short, something simple, and something that's easy to remember. And another tip with this is you want to get a .com website. This is key right here. So if you're not going to remember this, write it down. You want a .com website. The reason behind this is it's just the most common website, and I think it's just the best type of domain name you should get, if you're a professional photography business. Like that, when people remember websites, it's usually .com. So if you have something weird like .co or .net, then somebody may kind of raise an eyebrow at that and think it's kind of weird. So I highly recommend getting a .com website. And I know you're thinking right now, where do I get this domain name from? And of course, I got you. So I'm going to recommend 2 places. So what we use is GoDaddy, and another popular place that people get their domain names is domain.com. So make sure you check those out. All right, so let's get into step number 2, and that is getting a hosting plan. All right, so I quickly wanted to tell y'all what hosting is. This was something that I never really understood, and it's kind of hard to explain. So I kind of wrote down a definition right here, and it says it's like buying space to house your website on the internet. So pretty much this is just housing your website and your content and making it available on the internet. That's what hosting is. So this is pretty much straightforward. I'm going to recommend 2 places that I know of to where you can get your hosting from. So what we use is SiteGround. It's not super expensive. We've never had any issues with SiteGround, so I think SiteGround is good. And another popular one that I know about is called Bluehost. All right, so let's get into step number 3, and that is choosing a platform to build your website. With this step, I want to talk about the sponsor of this video, Zyro. Zyro is an affordable platform that makes it easy for photographers and creatives to build their websites. Most photographers don't have design skills and coding skills and things like that, and Zyro makes it easy because they have templates, and it's also drag and drop, so it's easy to put your photos and your content in, and also to customize your website. So some other features that make Zyro a good option for photographers is they have fast loading speeds, which is very important. You want people to stay on your website. If your website is loading slow, then people will bounce from your website. They also have a 24/7 live chat support. So if you run into any issues or you just have a question that you want to ask, support is there to help you. And lastly, they have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're not satisfied, you can always cancel your subscription. Make sure you head down to the video description below and click on the link or use code Adrian Lard to get a special discount, a custom domain, and 3 months free with any yearly plan. Thank you to Zyro for sponsoring this video. All right, so step 4 is customizing your website. Now, when it comes to customizing your site from experience, you want to keep this simple. Do not try to go crazy with this and do all kinds of things with the website. Get a template, which you can get with Zyro, and just put in your content. I think that is the best way to just get your site up and running. Plus, it can still look professional and good. Now, I wanted to give y'all a couple of tips to building an effective photography site that's going to actually help you book clients. So, tip number 1 is I want to talk about the core pages that you're going to need. So, these are the pages on your site. And I see a lot of people making mistakes when it comes to their photography site and having pages that they don't need and just overall having too many pages. So, the core pages that you're going to need is the home page, an about page, your portfolio, your pricing/services, and a contact page. Another page that you might want to look into having on your website is a blog. I highly recommend this for SEO purposes. I know some people may not just want to start a blog. You could always outsource this, but I highly recommend having this page on your website also. All right, and tip number 2 is the navigation on your site is very important. Do not overlook this. And what I mean by this is just pretty much how your website is set up, like the pages and just how viewers are navigating through your site. You want to make it easy for them. This is also a mistake I see with a lot of photography websites. It's hard to, locate the menu to get to different pages. They don't have calls to actions to kind of guide the viewer through the website to get them where you want them to go, which may be to the pricing page or the contact page. So easy navigation is key. If you don't have this, you're going to have a high bounce rate on your site and just see people, leaving your site because it's just hard to get to the information they need. All right, so let's get into the last step number 5, which is launching your site and getting traffic to your website. So you've created your photography website, but now it's just sitting there and you're wondering, how do I actually get people to go to this site? And that's a very important part of having a photography site. You just don't want to create the site, let it sit there and not promote the site. You should be actively promoting your website and trying to get potential clients to go to your website. So one simple way to get traffic to your site is just updating all your social media bios. So putting your website link in your bio on Instagram and also in Facebook, and also linking your website in your post. That's very important. The goal should always be to get people to go to your website. That's your website is the place for converting, potential customers into actual paying clients. And to do that, you want to drive them to your website. And another important thing when it comes to driving traffic to your website is to focus on SEO. SEO is pretty much going to optimize your content and your website to help you get found, which is what you want with your website. You want potential clients to find you. So SEO is very important when it comes to that. Writing blog posts, that's a form of SEO, optimizing those blog posts with keywords and things that potential clients are searching for to bring them into your world, which is your website. And hopefully once you have them in, you can capture them and get them to reach out to you and potentially book your services. So that is 5 simple steps to building a photography website in 2022. Make sure you head down to the video description to get that exclusive discount on Zyro. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more photography content. I have a lot of videos on my channel to help photographers build their business and get better as a photographer. I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.